Aren't you tired of playing with the same playstyles over and over again? Don't you wanna spice things up a bit? If so, then this mod is just for you. I'm Michael and today we're gonna take a closer look at DarkSpace by Exakan, a very unique mod with a variety of different features such as weapons of mass destruction, new origins, new crisis paths and many more. All features added by this mod are made for the player only, they are completely choosable and not forced on the player. This mod is also very compatible with other mods, so you can safely add it alongside gigastructural engineering, Asian cache of technologies, etc. Now before we start the video, most of my viewers are not subscribed and we are trying to reach 1000 subscribers, so if you'd like to see more videos like this on my channel, please subscribe and like the video. Now, moving on. DarkSpace adds over 20 new origins. Each one has very unique mechanics and some even have distinct playstyles associated with them. For instance, the Nomad Origin allows you to play as an empire without any pops or colonies. Nomads use a new system called manpower instead to gain resources. You can manage your manpower through the Nomad Administration Edict. If you activate it, a new window should appear with all sorts of different options. At the top you'll see manpower produces for each selected resource. On the right you can assign manpower to different resources and you can see your income from manpower with upkeep included, and on the left you do basically the opposite. This may sound a bit confusing at first, but this system is actually really simple. For example, if I assign one manpower unit to energy, I will get 10 energy credits and so on. At the start you have 27 manpower units available, but this is obviously not enough to sustain your empire. So how do you actually obtain manpower? By default you receive 2 manpower points per year, but there is a much better way of gaining manpower, and that is conquering planets. On occupied planets you can use the recruitment decision which turns pops into manpower, and in order to invade planets you can use the Nomad Army Edict which spawns 2 Nomad Army units. Nomads can also acquire resources from different things like unique repeatable technologies and new ship classes. The Alloy is your capital ship, it has 10 shipyards and lots of auxiliary slots. They can be filled with special components that produce resources. These new components will really come in handy at helping you out with your economy, but you have to be clever as they all have resource upkeeps. New components can also be unlocked through 2 special projects. Arc Utilization 1 gives you the administration module and the particle accelerator, while Arc Utilization 2 unlocks the Anomaly Observatory, which produces living metal and nanites. The Arc is smaller than the Alloy. It has 8 shipyards and 14 A slots. Also keep in mind that you can build these new ship classes only once, so you can't really spam them for unlimited resources. Nomads also have their own tradition trees and ascension perks. The Cosmic Reverse tree mostly gives you bonuses related to your military. It also unlocks a new megastructure, the Brand Disintegrator, which shatters molten wills to extract valuable resources, while Cosmic Voyagers on the other hand offers defense related bonuses. Nomad Ascension perks give you more advanced techs that will help your empire prosper, and some can completely alter your game experience. Nomadic Factories unlocks the second tier of resource producing components and the Fabricator, a small ship class with 10 A slots. Rise of the Void unlocks the last tier of these components. Back to the Roots allows you to settle planets once again with a new policy, which allows you to switch from living on ships to settling planets. Penalties added by the occupation modifier will go down from -99% to just -20, and you will no longer receive manpower, however the recruitment decision is still available. The Return Ascension perk unlocks a separate crisis path. I really like this feature because it gives you some insight into why nomads arrived here in the first place, and you actually have a decent reason to become the crisis instead of just randomly deciding to kill everyone in your galaxy. You get a new crisis megastructure, the Wormhole Assembly. Its main purpose is to open a gateway to your original galaxy. The assembly has 4 stages. At stage 2 you're declared as the crisis, so you need to hurry up, finish the megastructure and then leave as everything behind you disintegrates. Next we have the Grey Tempest Origin, which allows you to play as a Grey Tempest-like empire. You start in a nanite world with special districts in a nanite deposit. Nanite empires don't have regular resource jobs and buildings, instead they have their own. The G Core produces energy and minerals. The T Core produces research, unity, alloys and nanites. The multiplier increases your monthly pop assembly speed, and the fragmentation hub uses the bodies of other machines to produce resources. Using the fragment machine's decision, it generates 25 nanites and alloys per active fragment job. You can only live on nanite worlds and you have 2 nanite planets in your home system, but you're also able to terraform other habitable planets into nanite worlds. Around them a new megastructure, the nanite assembly, can be built, which also acts as a shipyard. After you unlock battleships, battleships, you'll be able to build nanite-based ships using the assembly. The HQ core is a Titan-like ship and the Jagger is a bit stronger than the battleship. As the Great Tempest, you can use special decisions called Onyx codes. They give you a variety of different bonuses from increased resource production to faster pop assembly. You can use different combinations of Onyx codes, however only 2 can be activated at the same time, and if you want to alter the combination you can always reset the codes and start again. Just like the Nomad, this origin has its own crisis path, although it's quite different. The Grey Salvation perk places a new mega structure, the nucleus emitter, around your star. At stage 4 you become the crisis and the mega structure is fully functional. The emitter, if activated, will spawn Sanakan cores around your home system, and every single time you activate it, Sanakan cores will appear further and further away as your borders expand. These cores are very powerful stations with almost 200,000 military power, and this process goes on and on and on until you own the entire galaxy. The Galactic Plague origin is kind of like plaguing, but instead in Stellaris. Your home system is a nest of an aggressive virus-like species, and your main purpose is to spread the lethal invisible death. As a virus you can't really use gene modding, however you can mutate using a new edict. Once activated, a new event will start which allows you to select 3 traits. Base Gen is a default trait, it has no impact on your operations but it gives you some economy related bonuses. Highly Contagious makes your operations more effective and it increases your chances of infecting and killing other pops. Replicator strain has no impact on operations but it gives some crazy bonuses to pop growth speed at the cost of increased food upkeep. Once you pick one of these, a second window will appear with 4 new traits that describe how your virus spreads and operates. I also recommend pairing them with the highly contagious trait to increase their effectiveness. Xenomorph kills a targeted Empire's pop and spawns hostile creatures within their territory. DNA suppression kills a pop and adds the infected trait to another one. It has a 30% chance of causing a chain reaction which might target other empires. Brain Slugs gives a pop the infected trait and it has a 15% chance of targeting a leader. And last but not least, Walking Dead adds 7% devastations per 1 dead pop with a 45% chance of killing 2 other pops. And if you're done with picking out your new traits, you can now start infecting the entire galaxy. To do that you must create a spy network and then start a special operation within an alien empire. Depending on the traits you have chosen, the outcome of the operation will be different. And you can check your progress in the situation log which shows the total amount of infected, injured and killed pops. If the pops with the infected trait are not cured, in 5 years they will die. And yes, there is a cure for the invisible death. The Galactic community has a special resolution which starts a vaccination campaign if an empire has infected pops. Virus empires can also build hive moons. They are basically countless pops melted into a single entity. To build them you need 55 morphed pops and the xenomorph trait to be active. You can obtain morphed pops by building the liquefaction hub on your capital, and with the neuronal unification edict you can transform active catalyst jobs provided by the building. Purging xenos using the processing extermination type also provides morphed pops. Hive moons are capable of turning hostile empires' plants into hive worlds, and they can transform their population into morphed pops which can be used later to build even more hive moons. Some origins have different stories and themes behind them and they have a lot of potential for role-playing sessions. Requiem makes you play as an ancient race called the Certast, a once almighty intergalactic civilization. Your homeworld is a size 50 ring world shaped habitat, and you also have 3 specialized planet-like habitats already colonized. In a nearby system you should find the Innovator, a mega structure that expanded your empire's diplomatic and economic powers during its prime. It can be restored after you pick the Pathway of Our Empire Ascension perk, and at its final stage the Innovator gives you 10 envoys, 15 shipyards, and increases your diplomatic weight by 60% and research speed by 5%. Besides that you can also unlock new shields, a new ship class called Willpower, and once you restore the Innovator you can create planets similar to the ones found in your capital system. The Certast cluster origin puts your empire inside of a separate cluster similar to the L-Gate cluster. Your homeworld is an arcane ring world with 3 additional sections, and in a nearby system you'll find a yet another ring world. Like I said earlier, the cluster is similar to the L-Gate one, and in the Terminal Egress system you'll find a mysterious interstellar portal which is connected to the galactic core. With DarkSpace, all galaxies now generate with a galactic core, and this region of space contains many mysteries, like this weird habitat or the portal itself. The core also contains contains 2 archaeological sites, which tell you more about the Certast, their history with the Certast, and the synthetic gods that forced the Certast to escape into this distant cluster. Synthetic gods allows you to play as the interdimensional AI that the Certast fought against. You start in a separate cluster on a spectral ring world with 2 very powerful district types. This origin has its own crisis path, which can be unlocked by picking the Interstellar Overclocking Ascension perk. To truly start as a crisis, you must get to the second special project from the event chain and then finish it. A new megastructure, the Anti-Spectre, will spawn inside of your capital system, and onwards you will start unlocking many different things. Stage 3 gives you a new ship type and new spectralic warforms. Stage 5 unlocks the Galactus, a ship which can be equipped with the Uploader Ray, a weapon which uploads targets pops into the interstellar matrix. The Onyx converter also becomes available, and it makes purging Xenos a lot faster, and after each death a pop generates 25 living metal units. Stage 6 unlocks the supercomputer, and once you reach its final stage, your empire will be declared a crisis for 65 years, and you will also receive very helpful bonuses. Stage 7 unlocks the Endtime, the most powerful ship from this origin. The Anti-Spectre also gets 5 additional stages, which greatly increase the megastructure's resource production. And finally, Stage 9 unlocks the Intertemporal Restorator, a super weapon capable of wiping out all traces of civilization from a distance. In order to fight the megastructure, you must build an intertemporal locator first around a star and then activate the Restorator. Phoenix Empire tells a story of a very old civilization that lost a great war and now is trying to recover from it. You start on an Ecumenopolis filled with many blockers, and each of them give you different things once they are cleared. For instance, you might receive some additional jobs, more space for districts, or additional housing. There is also a ruined mega shipyard near your homeworld which can be repaired, and 2 Stahl class planets that are basically paradises. The military state civic associated with the origin also gives you some warfare related bonuses, such as increased naval capacity and reduced war exhaustion gain. Solar Flare is about a successful encounter with a friendly alien civilization that unfortunately got wiped out by a solar flare, which also damaged your home system. You start on a Gaia world with 50% devastation and radioactive wasteland blockers. Before the incident, the aliens also shared some of their technologies, and that's why you have the dark matter reactor, shields and thrusters already researched. Near your home system you'll find the capital of the aforementioned civilization, with a Gaia world riddled with blockers and a ruined orbital ring around it. The V origin allows you to play as a very ancient, almost immortal alien race. Your leaders have their lifespan increased by 300 years, and they also get bonuses related to experience gain. You start on a immortal class planet and a colony on its moon. Immortal worlds are planets perfected by your kind to be paradises, and with a new ship class called Seal, you can terraform planets into immortal worlds. Arc of the Constructors makes your empire start on the Constructor Arc, an ancient world built by pre-programmed machines for the long-dead creators. It's a giant machine world, which can be increased to size 150 with a new decision after you click it enough times. At size 40, a new district type is unlocked, the Autonomous Research Unit. It doesn't require any pops and it produces 20 research points from each category. Rest of the origins added by this mod offer some interesting and sometimes overpowered starts. 2 origins in particular are perfect for tall empires or one system challenges. Arcane makes you start on a Arcane ring world with 7 size 10 sections waiting to be colonized, and Utopia gives you a size 45 Stahl class homeworld, 5 smaller Stahl planets, a size 25 Ecumenopolis, and an orbital habitat of the same size. Next we have the Borg origin, which literally allows you to play as the Borg from Star Trek. It even makes your starting planet look like a giant Borg cube. You're also able to turn habitat into tiny Borg cubes, which I think is pretty cool. Intergalactic Isolationists generates a separate cluster which is connected to the galaxy by the interstellar portal. The portal not only is connected to the core but also to 3 other systems in the galaxy. Your homeworld is a Gaia world, and in the same system there is an orbital habitat, 3 Stahl planets, and an immortal class planet waiting for you to be colonized. Nearby you can also find 2 Gaia worlds and a broken ring world, so you don't really have a reason to leave your cluster. All that you need to do is secure the portal. This origin also works really well in multiplayer. In fact, there is 2 of these available, so you can play in 2 separate clusters with your friends. The Allmacht origin revolves around a megastructure with the same name. Once you have Mega Engineering and you have researched the legacy of Allmacht's special project, you can pick whether you want this mega structure to boost your physics or engineering research. If you have the required technology, you can upgrade the Allmacht, and depending on your choice, it will generate 100 engineering or physics research and boost your engineering or physics research speed by a half. Hyperflora is an origin dedicated to plantoids or fungoids. You start on a Hyperflora world, a planet covered in a neuronal network made out of vegetation. It's a perfect world for your species and you can't live on any other planet types, even Gaia worlds, ring worlds and habitats. Your pop growth also decreases on other planet types by 75%, so your capital basically becomes the heart of your civilization. That's why you have 3 decisions available, each can be used 150 times. These new decisions give you additional districts, jobs and housing to support your civilization. It's very likely you won't have any colonies unless you find a Gaia world, which can be later terraformed into a Hyperflora world. Prism world is a similar origin except it's dedicated to lithoids. You start in a Prism world, a planet made of crystals, minerals and prisms. Using the living homeworld decision, you can increase your homeworld size up to 35. Once you reach the maximum size, a special deposit will suddenly appear, which gives you many useful bonuses. Nearby you will find 2 Prism worlds for you to colonize, and you can also terraform crystalline and ice asteroids into smaller Prism worlds. The Halo origin spawns a ruined halo near your home system. At first glance it looks like a ring world, but it's actually a super weapon which works similarly to the intertemporal restorator. If you don't have the origin, you can unlock the halo by picking the Halo Array Ascension perk, which allows you to build it by yourself. With this origin you're also able to pick a new Ascension perk, Array of the End, which starts its own crisis path. Instead of the Aetherophasic engine, you need to finish the Array of the End megastructure. It's similar to the Halo except it eradicates all life from the galaxy. And the last 2 origins added by this mod allow you to live on molten worlds and gas giants. With Burning Surface you start on a lava world with terrestrial sculpting available. With it you're able to terraform molten worlds into habitable lava worlds. Hidden Surface allows you to live on gas giants, and gas giants can be terraformed into habitable ones. You can also pick 2 civics associated with the aforementioned origins. Rulers of Elements grants a elemental job per city district, while Heirs of Fire unlocks Aero Dragons, and the Crystal Megaforge, a building which produces over 50 rare crystals. Aside from origins, DarkSpace also adds new Ascension perks, which unlock many different things, such as megastructures, new ships, and more. The Stellar Engine is in my opinion the coolest megastructure added by this mod. After you pick the Stellar Engine Ascension perk, a tutorial will appear in the situation log, and once it's researched, you'll be able to start building this marvel of engineering. Due to the sheer size of this megastructure, after you finish the construction special project, a new system will spawn close to your capital with the Stellar Engine inside it. Once the second project is researched, you will need to survey the system and claim it, then you'll be able to finish the engine. At its final stage, the Stellar Engine has 25 shipyards, and it also has a special deposit which provides the engine with housing, amenities and 1000 Stellar Engine administrator jobs. In the megastructure menu you should see an option to target one of the 8 or one of the 16th newly generated systems if you're in a larger galaxy. These newly generated empty systems are scattered throughout the galaxy, and each time you use the engine, the pops present on its surface will teleport as well. You can also build the Stellar Engine Connector, which connects the gateway to the Stellar Engine. This megastructure is not only a mobile economic powerhouse, but it has a lot of strategic potential as well. Imagine you're at war with someone on the other side of the galaxy. You can use the engine, teleport somewhere close to them, and then either use the engine to build new ships or use the connector and instantly teleport your already existing fleets. Dark Matter Ripper is a super weapon which destroys all traces of civilization within a system. It wipes out everything, starbases, ships and even colonies. DarkSpace also adds in some minor megastructures. The Nano Factory produces rare resources and boosts your pop resource output. The Science Academy lowers your research upkeep by 20%. It also improves your code breaking and encryption. The Skycatcher is an orbital station with Ecumenopolis districts, which can be built on planets with a size larger than 21. The Apex Industry megastructure produces 500 consumer goods, and the Orbital Hydrosphere produces up to 500 food units. The Social Manipulation Center gives you some stability, increases your mechanical pop assembly speed and pop growth speed, and produces some unity, while the Warlord Bastion gives you influence, command limit points and bonuses to ship XP experience gain and ship upkeep. The God's Vengeance Ascension perk allows you to create Void Angels, a new energy-based ship class. They need Zero and some Unity to be created. Luckily you can obtain some Zero from the new Sanctum building, which produces more than 100 Zero units. Void Angels are very fast ships with very strong shields and bonuses to energy weapon damage. However, kinetic weapons would be useless on them and they also have no armor. If you're a Machine Empire, you'll be able to pick the Replicator's Ascension perk, which unlocks 2 ship classes. The Nanitar is a Colossus-like ship which can be equipped with the Nanolance, a new weapon which gives you nanites after cracking a planet. The Replica is a nanite-based ship equipped with special components that provide powerful bonuses. Genetic Assimilation allows you to assimilate other alien species or other machines if you're a Machine Empire. The Assimilation Center that comes with the Ascension perk gives 10 jobs only available to other species. The Assimilate Pop's decision allows you to alter the active clone Genesis jobs and turn them into your own species. Onyx Matrix unlocks a new decision which terraforms planets into Onyx worlds. They are giant facilities which use a neuronal network for research. Pops with the Purge citizenship will become Onyx Catalysts. Each catalyst produces 5.7 society, engineering and physics research. Onyx Catalysts will eventually die, however the whole process is a lot slower. Also, Onyx planets only have a single district, the Onyx Administration, which gives you some warrior and maintenance drone jobs. Arcane Ascension allows you to become a Fallen Empire, and even though there are already mods on the workshop, DarkSpace offers a unique approach to Fallen Empire Ascension. After you pick the Ascension perk, you will get a bunch of different components, such as dark matter shields, thrusters and reactors. New game altering edicts also become available. Their main purpose is to make you play like a Fallen Empire. Restart removes pops from your colonies, leaving only a single pop. It also enables new automated Fallen Empire buildings. Matrix Integration removes all pops that don't belong to your founding species, and Fallen Empire difficulty forbids you from researching any new technologies. You're also able to build Ancient Relays, which function exactly like regular gateways except they form a separate network. A new Irdir class ship can be built. It's similar to the Colossus except it comes with a variety of different weapons. The synthetic Terraroid terraforms uninhabitable worlds into a random habitable planet. The synthetic Mega Ray can be used around a star to damage all mega structures present in a system. The Eucidium Ray wipes out all pops on a planet's surface, and the Harbinger Ray allows you to spawn new empires on empty habitable planets. These newly spawned empires start with very powerful modifiers. They also have over 150 technologies already researched, and after a while they might become one of the galaxy's main superpowers. And last but not least, we have the Ultimate Weapon Ascension perk, which allows you to build your own Death Star-like ship. The Exterminator ship class can be used on planets owned by hostile alien empires, and with its Empire Ripper it is able to instantly crack colonies owned by filthy Xenos. Besides new Origins and Ascension perks, DarkSpace also adds new civics, new custom systems waiting to be explored, a revamped aetherophasic engine, menace battleships and other minor features. Overall, DarkSpace is a fantastic mod with many amazing features. From new Origins to weapons of mass destruction, this mod truly has something for everyone. So head over to the Steam Workshop now and subscribe to this mod. And if you liked this video, click that subscribe button, leave a like and a comment down below if you want me to cover a specific mod, or if you have any suggestions in general. I will see you in another video and goodbye.